Hey folks, this is Kalani. We're back at Scarlet's secret lair, and this is not going to be the spoiler-free version, so first things first, let's get rid of some of this security that she's got in place. So the veteran cave troll wasn't here in my previous video. I guess it must have been killed by the people who came before me. But that's nice. It's adds to a little bit more of the believability that this is a secret lair. Runs through the wall, and we are confronted with the same door. And scroll in a little bit. Now, we need to open the door. Is 50 power core components. You get 10 when you can complete the achievement to get here. The other 40 you'll need to get from energy probes. Those things scattered around the map. There may be one or two up on the map right now, but it probably... Aha! Energy probe. So you need to get it from those. If you need any more info on those, I do have a video up. But you need to get 40 of those yourself. Combine 50 of them, and you'll get a power core. Go ahead and use that to open the door. So, when we load in, nice little trap on the entrance, and there's a few lockboxes scattered around. Now, there's also a few interesting things. What's in that cage? A skull. Delightful. Now, you can see a few things kind of pasted across the wall. I hope you do enjoy this at your own leisure. There's some interesting things going about. I'm guessing that's to do with either the Pale Tree, the Nightmare Tower. Very interesting stuff. But this is pretty much kind of a look into Scarlet's mind. You can see some of her machinations, although none of the text seems entirely legible. There's some watchwork schematics, potentially. And this is very interesting. This seems to be a splicing or a combination charge. You can see she must have tried several different things, including with Centaur's Scrit. Potentially... I wonder what that is. Coden? Maybe Ogre? It's curious. That's Tengu, definitely. But what we have are, I'm assuming... That's an interesting one. But I'm not entirely sure what either of those are, unless that's to do with kind of technology and pirates. But that's definitely Char and Dredge, which is really cool. And then Sylvari and Crate, two of which we've seen in the Molten Alliance and the Toxic Alliance. So I'm curious about what this one is. That's kind of like Asura, and I don't see an Asuran elsewhere on this, so I'm gonna have to say Asura for that one, but maybe I'm being incredibly stupid. But I can't get any closer. I wonder if that's to do with the Ether Blades or not. It's curious. If anyone has any ideas, please do let me know. Now, there is also, if we can get a good picture of it, it's pretty difficult because it's pasted across the roof. I guess that works best. That looks remarkably like a dragon. Remarkably indeed. So that may be a clue at some things, but you've got the lockboxes, or the chests. Now what you need to do is gather 25 code fragments for Watchwork, for Etherblade, for Molten, for Toxic, and for Scarlet's lockbox. All of these drop from the mobs in the Marionette event. And you can also fill in the spares with Scarlet's spare keys. Now, this bag is a reward from completing the Marionette, and you'll get one bag per chain that's severed. So we can click on that. You'll get a bag to choose from all of them except the Scarlet lockbox code fragments. So you do need to get those yourself, which are a pain, I might add. So I need more Molten. So we need one more Molten. you get 5 per bag, so we need 3 more toxic. Let's go through all of these confirmation windows. Excellent. Open those up to get a few more of those. Now, I have no idea what you're supposed to use them for past 25, because you can get 1 of each cipher, but you can keep going and you can get more ciphers, but I have no idea currently what they'll do. Maybe we'll find out. Got a watchwork chest, open that.
Sweet, sweet loot.
And we get loot. Does that mean that's going to reset? I'll come back in to see if that resets, because that may be worth opening again. We've got... I'll save Scarlet's lockbox. But we got some more code fragments there as well. So you could come in and open some of the others to try for fragments for the others. Salvageable twisted watchwork scrap. Let's get rid of that. Mithril ore. Brilliant. We also got a yellow and some other stuff. So, loot, which is always nice. But we also get Scarlet Briar's journal. Now, you can double click to read them.
I wake from nightmares screaming, confused and scared. It's getting worse. I've decided to talk to Amanda. I've probably just been working too hard.
And they're fully voiced. That is very interesting. Let's go ahead and turn the sound up for those. Dialogue volume.
I wake from nightmares screaming, confused and scared. It's getting worse. I've decided to talk to Amanda. I've probably just been working too hard.
That's very interesting indeed. So I'm going to go ahead and open the rest of these.
Oh, shiny.
And it does seem to be pretty standard. We get metal scraps, we get more code fragments, quite a few of Scarlet's lockbox code fragments, I might add. That's really cool. Another metal scrap and a yellow for each of these. So where's the other chest? Toxic chest. That's very cool. And then Scarlet's lockbox.
Sweet, sweet loot.
Ooh, you can get Scarlet's spare keys out of her lockbox. That's really cool. Can we open this again? So, I've got 2 more watchwork ciphers. You can open them again.
All mine.
That's fantastic. It just takes a little bit of time to reset. So, I mean, I've got enough for another 2 watchwork and plenty in Scarlet's keys. So I can imagine I'm going to get quite a bit of loot from this, which is really cool. Let's just put these Scarlet fragments in order. So we got 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Let's read number 2. No! Okay, so we created the journal.
I wake from nightmares screaming, confused and scared. It's getting worse. I've decided to talk to Amanda. I've probably just been working too hard.
Thank God that it didn't ruin that. That's fantastic. Let's go.
Every night, the same terrors. It never changes. The Mender was unable to help me, and I feel like I'm losing control of myself. When the nightmare starts, an entity calls to me. I run into a sea of darkness. But no matter how hard I try to escape, it keeps calling me. I'm trying not to sleep. Too scared to even close my eyes. So scared. Whispers come from the forest all night long, calling me, taunting me, possessing me. Tonight, I saw it. I stared into the abyss, and it stared back at me. So much power. I don't know what's real and what isn't anymore. Control of my world, of myself, is slipping through my hands. And yet, I'm no longer scared. It communicated with me through images of death, destruction, and destiny. I must know more. I must confront it and put an end to this madness!
Huh. That last one is pretty interesting. Images of death, destruction, and destiny. That could pretty much mean anything which is big and nasty, or it could mean any one of the Elder Dragons. But for her to confront it and put an end to this madness, whether that's about her own madness or something else entirely, that's kind of interesting. But we've got a console here. Let's check this out. Now, sadly, I already know how to do this, but I'll show you guys. So, I'm going to talk over this, apologise, but you go through and look for the capitalised letters, so O,
every night, the
M,
terrors. When the nightmare
A,
starts, and I'm trying
D,
not to sleep tonight.
and D.
I saw it. I stared
Okay,
into
that's
the
going to
abyss,
continue.
and it stared back at me. So much power. I don't know what's real and what isn't anymore.
Okay, so the console O, M, A, D, D. Ooh, that's... come on, let me get a better... Stupid camera. I guess that's the best we're gonna get. So, I'm not entirely sure what the black dots are, unless they match up with the thumpers. I'm not entirely sure what everything else is, but that looks like the airship holding up the marionette turned into a drill. Which could lead to a few things, but it's probably going to lead to drilling through something nasty, or drilling into something nasty, or going to confront this beastie, which she's so convinced is trying to destroy something, or at least causing her to go crazy. But I want to have a look at that map with the crosses again. One more, because these look like Lion's Arch, Lorna's Pass, Bloodtide Coast, and North? That matches up pretty much exactly with Lion's Arch and all three orders. If we have a quick look. So, Lion's Arch, Whispers, and then you got the Vigil up top with the book guys. Why is that evading me at this point in time? That's ridiculous. Priory. Yeah? Priory. That sounds wrong, but maybe my brain is playing tricks on me. Vigil, Whispers, Priory. Yeah, Priory. Okay. That's curious. I mean, I wonder if she's going to either attack those locations, protect those locations. I don't know. But that's interesting. That's very interesting. Can we turn that off? No. Brilliant. So, I've got enough keys. I'm going to open that again, actually. So we're in a pretty nice spot. I mean, we can open Scarlet's one again to get another thing of spare keys. I think that's literally going to be the rest of the video, guys. Just me opening boxes. That's really inefficient, but I can go open that again. That's ridiculous.
Oh, shiny.
I'm getting a yellow for each one of these. So we'll put that to the side. That's a really, really nice bit. I'd love for them to do more things like this with the book. Especially if they put them into a library. But the voiceover thing is really, really cool. We got 5, we got 11, we got 11 now. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what that gets us. Oh, I went Etherblade apparently. We've got a cipher for this one anyway. Let's open that one. And then we'll open the Etherblade.
Mine. All mine.
Now we can do 1, 2. Open those again. Go Etherblade.
Oh, shiny.
This is ridiculous. We can do Watchwork 1, Watchwork 2. Hope we get 2 more in that, so we're being nice and efficient. But I'd need to use at least 4 more somewhere else, and I don't have any ciphers now, do I? Okay. So we'll use another Etherblade. We'll get some Etherblade pieces. Goes right in front of that chest. Use one more.
Sweet, sweet loot.
You seem to get back the code fragments of the one that you open. So, I mean, if I go for more watchwork, that's probably going to be the most efficient way of doing it, but I have no idea if the rewards differ between these, besides, actually, the etherized fragment. Now, if I remember correctly, etherized can go for... I don't want to use those. Charged lodestone. Was it the etherized ones that's charged lodestone?
Mine. All
Well,
mine.
there's a molten lodestone. I knew those could drop from that, but Etherblade, that's the one that I was using. Pretty sure.
All shiny.
Okay, so salvageable twisted is onyx, and charged lodestone is still going to be the highest. So I'll use one more on watchwork. Did I already do that? No. Oh, yes I did. Okay, use that last one on watchwork, because that's another twisted scrap which we can salvage. Okay, I've got 4 left, which allows me to open one more Etherblade. Oh, I can do a Scarlets one.
Sweet.
Let's do Scarlets
sweet
first,
loot.
see what we get. Fused metal and spare keys. I'm looking at the maximum that I could do with these. So, if I use 2 more I can go watchwork, but from 1 I won't get enough, so I can actually only open 1 more, and I think I'd rather go for an Etherblade. Just for a chance at the charged lodestone. Although I don't need to use the other keys
All
now.
mine.
But that is ridiculous. If we... Never mind, it's worth a try. But my gosh, the amount of greens and yellows that I just got is slightly ridiculous. And consider that this is all additional to the loot that you get from the marionette, because the best way to get these code fragments is at the marionette. And if you get plenty of Scarlet spare keys, that's kind of crazy. Because you get 5 spare keys if you complete the marionette. So you get a chance to open one of these chests if you complete the marionette, meaning the marionette then guarantees you effectively a yellow, a couple greens, some more fragments, specifically the Scarlet's lockbox code fragments, and some Dragonite ore, which is kind of ludicrous, really ludicrous. But this is a really, really nice area, and I'm so glad they put this in. Well, I'm ashamed I want to read her books. I want to read her books, and wow, so everything's here, basically. And there's the drill. Huh. That's another thing that could be to do with this. I mean, if she's talking about madness and insanity and all that good stuff, especially with destruction, it could be Abaddon as well, but I don't know anywhere near enough the lore of Guild Wars 1 to go into that in any great detail, so I'll leave that for someone else. Although if someone else comes up with something, I'll be sure to point you in the right direction.
My leg.
Cool. There's a little trap on your way out. And silver ore inside, just in case you couldn't find it on your own. But that is Scarlet's secret lair. Please do go explore at your own leisure. It's a really nice little zone, that. Really nice little hideaway. That's pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Good luck and have fun. And as always, I will see you next time.